Hi, this is Mike Vichachowski. I'm with the City of Akron, Bureau of Engineering, Construction Division Manager, and I was fortunate enough to be the project manager on the Ohio Canal Interceptor Tunnel, which we nicknamed OCIT. So what you're looking at here is the OCIT 1 site. It's our main site. It's where our TBM, or our tunnel boring machine, Rosie, started from. It's where everything is at and started here and will end here. As you can see, we're in the phase of restoration. This is our OCIT 1 site. We do have two other main sites, which is our OCIT 2 site and our OCIT 3 site. So our OCIT 3 site is at Cedar and Exchange, and that's actually the top of the tunnel. That's where the tunnel starts. It's the highest elevation. This is the lowest elevation, which is OCIT 1. And if you can draw a line in between, that's OCIT 2, which is over by Glendale and behind the Federal Building. Everything flows down to the one site, which is where we're standing currently. The tunnel itself is located basically underneath this road, underneath this dirt that you see right in through here. It is a 27-foot inside diameter tunnel. It was made using precast segments that make up rings, and the TBM, or the tunnel boring machine, set those rings as it went along. Now the tunnel itself is about 6,270 feet long. It can store up to 25.6 million gallons of combined sewage overflow. What that means is, on a dry weather day like today, there is dry weather flow in here. So just your normal sanitary, your toilets, your showers, your bathtubs, things like that, all go into your sanitary sewers. As rain events happen, it fills up, and that's what this is for. So this is really a big storage tank underground. It's a horizontal storage tank. And what you're seeing here is the end of the tunnel, what we call our tunnel diversion structure. It's what we call the TDS for short. We have a lot of acronyms on this job. So what we're going to show you is a little bit from up top here. The flow comes into this diversion structure, flows a little bit over to the right, and then goes down into two pipes. These pipes are 60-inch pipes. They're much smaller than the tunnel. We control the flows with that pipe, and it goes into an existing 78-inch pipe that goes down to the treatment plant to be treated for raw sewage. Please remember, anytime it rains and you have a CSO, it's all considered sewage. Even if it's 95% rainwater, it's all sewage. So that's the reason why we're here. We're trying to clean that up, prevent overflows, and clean up the waterways. So what we're going to do is we're going to transition down to the bottom. We're going to have a look up to see what's happening here. We're also going to go down to the river and show you what we're doing down there. We're doing a river restoration. There's a lot of activities still yet to come, a lot of restoration to occur, sidewalks, pavements, things like that, all throughout the sites. Okay, so what we're looking at here is actually a driveway into the tunnel. What we have there is what we call a slide gate. There's actually two of those for redundancy. Those will be closed about 100% of the time. The only time we would ever get in there is if we had to go in and take a look at something, or if there was some repairs needed long time from now, hopefully. This is how you would actually get in. Those are 15-foot high gates, so we can actually bring in any type of equipment we would need to make any repairs. But normally those are always going to be closed, but they are actuated through the control building that we'll show you here in a minute. Okay, so we're just right next to where that ramp we just talked about. And what I wanted to show here, I know that you really can't see a lot, but there is the dry weather flow. So on a day like today, a nice sunny day, which is why I'm wearing sunglasses actually, but the dry weather flow actually flows through these. You can't really see them, but there's some vaults down below where those doors are, those vertical doors that come up. Those are access. So we have a meter vault in there. We have meter the flow that comes through. That telemetry goes all the way down, or the information travels all the way down to our treatment plant. So they can run this plant remotely. They can also run it blindly. If the electric ever goes out, the control building does have a backup generator on it to allow us to still run in the event of an electrical outage. So the dry weather flow comes out of that tunnel diversion structure. TDS up there comes down, comes into this twin 48-inch pipe, goes back into a 60-inch pipe, and then goes down into the 78-inch sewer, which then goes down to the treatment plant. So there is an existing main trunk line here right along the river, which was lined before we started the project. In the uneventful case that we have an overflow, I'm standing on the top of two 12 by 12 box culverts side by side that flow out to the river. It would have to rise up about 45 feet inside that structure to flow over our baffles. We also have measures inside of there to keep the floatables, things like cups, bags, anything that floats down into the sanitary sewer so it doesn't flow out into the river. That's what we're here for, is to eliminate those overflows as much as we possibly can in a typical year storm. We're standing over the top of it, and we're going to show you next where that goes. Okay, so we're standing inside the tunnel diversion structure. This is only part of it. This is the overflow part. It's technically the only spot I can be standing in today because of confined space. On the other side of this wall right here, the flow is coming in. The tunnel itself is behind that wall about another 30-40 feet. So what happens is the dry weather flow comes in and diverts around to the right-hand side, as we call it, into those pipes that go down to the treatment plant eventually. What you see above is the overflow. Those are baffles up there. And what happens is when the flow comes in, it gets to be too much during a rain event. In the event that there is an overflow, the water rises up the structures all around this, and then have to flow through those baffles. And those baffles are what we talked about before, that catch the cups and the bags, anything that floats. It protects it from coming in. So once it goes through those baffles, the water itself is coming down here and then goes out to the river through the 12 by 12 box culverts that we talked about before. So this is clearly inside the tunnel diversion structure. It's an impressive piece of engineering. It took about a year and a half to build all this. It's about 50 foot tall overall. And this is again the overflow section. Okay, so we're standing at the end of the tunnel diversion structure overflow. This is the point where if there is an overflow, the water has to go somewhere. And as we speak, I actually see a blue herring up on the river up there. So it's kind of interesting to see and very exciting. One of the components of this project is 1,300 lineal feet of river restoration. Now you'll see a little bit here with this big rock down here, but it's more than just that. It's biohabitat. It's what we're really trying to achieve all along the Cuyahoga and Little Cuyahoga rivers, and eventually, improve the water quality as we go along. So that bank over there will be some wetlands area that we create here over the next 6 months. And as we go downstream, we're going to go about another 700 feet downstream. And what we're really trying to do is improve water quality and biohabitat here. It's truly what we're here for. Other projects downstream have done partial restoration as well, so we're making steps to improve as we go along, and there's other projects in the pipeline hopefully that we can improve the waterways as we make our way through Akron. Well, thank you for visiting the OCIT project today. I hope this video was helpful in your understanding of what we're trying to do here. It is kind of fortunate. I don't know if you can see downstream, maybe a little bit difficult to see, but right on that rock ledge there's a blue herring there. And that is our mascot for our Akron Waterways Renewed program. I would recommend that anybody who has further questions or needs more information, please visit akronwaterwaysrenewed.com or visit thecityofakron.com, and there is a link directly from our homepage. Thank you.